Hello Virgo, and welcome to your reading space. Any prominent Virgo placements, feel free to watch this. We'll pick up on your energy. It looks like there is some struggle with communication coming through. This could either be communication about conflict, challenges, or struggles that have come up, or the conversation and communication could be challenging itself. This feels very connected to an old cycle for you. This could even be connected to a commitment that didn't follow through or that broke, some kind of a move or transition that never fully came to be, or just an old cycle, old cyclic energy. This is based and rooted in a lot of conflict, arising from lack, even envy, jealousy, intelligence superiority, complexes. This feels like the wheel of karma turning. And the way that it's turning or showing up for you is in relationships. This could especially be bringing on a new relationship or a deepening in a connection. There's more exposure happening in the emotional body, in the heart. It's like something is turning online. This could be you becoming more emotionally available, or even someone that you're dealing with. But this is a big and fated change. The area of your relationships is so strongly highlighted. Communication, emotional availability, and you're especially seeing and getting a nice, long, hard look in the mirror. You're really seeing yourself in a different light, in a different way. And you could be seeing yourself through another. Ultimately, all of this is based in your healing. This wants to bring you into more healing, to a more healed existence. And that healed existence is aligned to your dreams and aspirations as well. Whether this is a brand new relationship that will be testing you, or again, an opening within a current connection, it's like you're going to bear yourself in a way you never have before. This is something you cannot escape or outrun, and maybe you've tried to many times before in many other relationships or connections. And it's like, this time, enough's enough. If you run again, we'll find you again. It's that vibe, so you almost have to. Pure intelligence and wit will not be enough, and you're realizing that. It's like it's not enough. You also need to turn these emotional factors on or back on. You could also be seeing the conflicts in your own perspectives, in your own communication styles and processes. 222, and that's part of what's making this change. I'm also hearing the phrase laying waste to. In some ways, this is helping you set the burden down, especially in connections. Maybe there's teamwork or sharing the load. But in others, you're also realizing the work in emotionally opening this way, in seeing or facing certain things here, in karma as well. And I'm hearing karma's a bitch, so you could feel like this. It's very much what you put out, you get back. What goes around comes around. But the aim is not in any way to hurt you. It's actually to help you. It's basically yourself wanting to help yourself, and you being very stubborn or resistant to that throughout life. Even very afraid of that, or not seeing what the point is. For some of you, you need to hear that this is not the Pisces or the Gemini, but that won't be for everyone. Mostly this is to let you know that there's no waiting to step out of this comfort zone. Not anymore, not any longer. 313, 313, 13 can be a significant confirmation, and you can be tuning into some witchy energy in a way. Stepping out of this comfort zone or this same old way of being, even this separatism I'm hearing, 333, it has to change. It's gotta end. That's what you're telling yourself, or what your higher self, your team is saying. And that can feel very unfamiliar, to be this emotionally open or connecting, maybe connecting again, to be this emotionally vulnerable, or to tune and tap into the emotions and the heart in the way that you are, to move into something new in the way that you're being pushed into it. It could just feel very unknown, unfamiliar, uncertain, like a gamble, like you're not in control, like you're out of your comfortable arena. But it's exactly what needs to happen. And I'm also hearing you could have a lot of self-hatred to deal with. They're just saying a lot of self-hatred to deal with. You could blame yourself for a lot here. And maybe there's even a lack of intimacy, or a lack of emotional connection and intimacy, and you're somehow, some way longing for that, whether you're fully aware of it or not. I feel I'm really speaking to Virgo placements who are almost emotionally distant or unavailable, or have been for a long time. And of course, this doesn't mean that all of you is, but this aspect that's coming to light right now, that part is, or has been. You could blame yourself for a breakup too. You could be more in the energy of like collecting people, rather than really leveling with people. So the relationship or relationships that are enlightening some of this realization to you may not even be that close. This could also be stepping away from or backing away from codependency and learning how to love yourself at a whole different level, from a whole different angle. 919, 919. Virgo, in the further future, there could be a little bit of instability or inconsistency materially for you. This could even be loss of an inheritance or a delay. However, you have recovery of loss joining that and clarifying it, as well as a huge boost in your self-esteem and self-worth. So this feels like for some of you, you will recover anything that was delayed, any inheritance that was lost, you will completely recover it. And for others, this is to say, if you don't have the full material stability that you're aiming for in the near future, let's say the next 6 months to a year or so on, it does not mean that you will be flat broke or have nothing. 555. And even beyond that, you will feel better about yourself. So it's more of a mediocre energy. But this does not have to be sustained. It does not mean your future from here will be like this. It doesn't mean the whole future is like this. It's just some kind of a heads up from your team to let you know that even if you experience something like that, and it's always an if because you have free will and free choice, but if you experience something like this, it's going to be okay. You will recover all losses. You will be in a much better place when it comes to your self-worth and belonging, and you will not be flat broke or on your ass in any way. Specifically, they're saying or out on your ass in any way. Mostly, I am just seeing some challenges in love for you, Virgo, when it comes to happiness, fulfillment, contentment, and true connection. And this starts inside. Maybe a part of you really longs for deep love but would never admit it. Or maybe it's that you want it sooner, but you're kind of skipping the steps or avoiding some of the, let's say, work that goes into this. The future is looking really good though when it comes to you feeling better. It's very positive in this way. Not only is your self-worth increasing, or you are increasing it, and you're feeling more abundant and able to recover what has been lost in life, even emotionally, but you're less depressed, you're less down and out, you feel more capable, you feel more able, there's more of a spark. Doesn't mean you're not still down and out or sad sometimes, but you're a lot better off than you've been or than you were. I do see some decisions with investments coming up. What do you give to? Do you give there? Do you give here? Do you give over yonder? Like, where is the right spot for you to pay or give to or invest? You could be trying to really plan when it comes to money's finances, output, even output with your own energy, where you want to be generous, where you want to give or not. This could even have to do with like projects or really anything. It does seem for a while you're more in the vibe of fun and flirtation and exploration rather than a very deep, mind-blowing, soul exploding connection. You also have some anxiety when you are kind of trying to understand where you should invest, what you should invest into, and that anxiety is very much connected to your childhood, your past, and also to the relationships that you feel didn't work out, or you feel that you were at fault for them not working out. Maybe you blame stepping out of your comfort zone for that, which is why you go back into that stuck bubble. But it's time to reevaluate that and see what's actually at the core, and kind of stop attaching what you perceive as failures to behaviors and steps that would actually benefit you. This could look like telling yourself, oh, every time I open up and try to love more deeply or learn something new, it burns me. So I'm not going to love deeply and I'm not going to learn something new. And it's like, let's go deeper and see that that is actually not the problem, that there's other things that are the problem. And sometimes it's easier to blame what is unfamiliar or what we tried that was new and go back into something than it is to see what actually happened. There is an opportunity for some introspection with anxiety if you want to kind of see the bigger reason behind that anxiousness. But I'm not sure that you actually will take the energy to do this right now or even in the near future. You could also have some anxiety about not working consistently coming up in the next few weeks, months, even years. This could have already been around you. This may contribute to insomnia or a lack of rest, not being able to focus somehow. And in general, I feel like this reading really covers a layer of karma, of lessons. And we want to emphasize that this does not embody your entire life, Virgo. This is one aspect, one layer that's being highlighted right now, because to see it is to empower yourself.